Hey guys, it's Mama Snark here. We are headed to a crawfish boil at my brother-in-law's house today. We have family in from out of town from Illinois. So while they're passing through and it's actually crawfish season, we decided to do a little boil while they're here so that, you know, they can get a little taste of Louisiana food. And we're stopped at the store. Hubby's just running in real quick. I'm sitting in the car with the kids to get the last little ingredients that we need. Brother-in-law's picking up a stack of crawfish, and we're gonna have a good haul time today. Hopefully the weather's looking a little bit bleak outside, so hopefully it holds off long enough for us to boil and not all be soaking wet. So we'll see. No. Okay, so before we start the video of our actual crawfish boil, I just wanted to add that we are novices and we are still learning. This is our first year doing our own boils with our own pot. So we're still kind of tweaking the recipe as we go and learning as we go. And we have actually tweaked our recipe a little bit since this particular boil. And I'll kind of add in what we've changed since then, probably in text form or maybe a voice overlay. Okay, so we're here getting everything prepped to get the crawfish boil going. I was just gonna give you guys a look at everything that goes into our boils. So, first start on this end. Uh-oh, you all right? Shake it off, you're fine. Who got your knee? First of all, look at this cute little crawfish outfit. It's got the crawfishes in the pot and the boiled corn. Okay, so the first thing that goes is Zatarain's Pro Boil. And then you got your crawfish and crab boil. Garlic. Potatoes. Trying asparagus. We've never tried it before, but my kid sitter says that she always puts asparagus in her boils and it tastes really good, so we're gonna try that out. Got a couple of lemons. You don't want too many lemons because then it overpowers. We got a couple of oranges. This is another thing my kid sitter said that she does in her boils that tastes really good, so we're gonna try that out as well. And then we got the corn. Hubby's over here getting the pot going. So we ended up bringing our pot, which is 80 quart pot, because it actually boils one full sack versus the pot that my brother-in-law has that only does half a sack. Fill in a pot with water, try to get it boiling so we can get things going. All right, getting the pot going. Kids are ravaging their cousin's toys. So to start the vegetables, we're gonna put in the first half of the seasoning in the pot. Okay, so this is a part of the video where I've told you that we've already kind of tweaked our recipe a little bit. These seasoning jars, I swear, used to be bigger. They have definitely gotten smaller. So we have since decided to start using 2 full seasoning jars of the granulated seasoning. So now we put in 1 full jar for the veggies. And then after the veggies are done, we add another full jar of it before we do the crawfish. And that gives it just a little bit more heat and a little bit more flavor because this batch was just a little bit too under-seasoned for us. And then here on the crab oil, we've actually started doing half of the jar for the veggies, and then we do the rest of the jar before we do the crawfish. And that just adds some more seasoning for us. And then we've got our vegetables over here. We were preparing. You basically just get like the outer layer of the white stuff off the garlic so you don't have that floating in the pot. Shuck your corn, break it in half. We're gonna try the asparagus. We need to cut the stems off. And we need to cut the lemons and the oranges. And then just throw the potatoes in as is.
I found asparagus.
You found asparagus? Is that a magic asparagus? Can it turn Dada into a walrus? Okay, so now we're gonna put in.
Potatoes, half the garlic for flavor.
Oh, careful, careful.
Once the pot's in a boiling boil.
You're gonna have to talk loud.
Nice feature of this pot, it's got the hook on the back, so you can prop up your basket. What you think, Weezers? Is that crawfishes? Is that crawfishes? Oh my goodness. They say peach. Ooh, mama's gonna get wet. Okay, so here what we're doing is before you boil your crawfish, you want to rinse them thoroughly so that you don't end up with any kind of sand or grit or any kind of nastiness inside of your boil. So you just put them in an ice chest, fill it up with water, dump the water, let it drain out, and repeat a couple of times before you boil. Is that crawfish? Is that crawfish? Yeah. It's crawfish. What is that? That's crawfish? What'd you think? Alright, now we gotta put the veggies in. We're getting the corn. You don't want to splash it away. I'm putting the asparagus, trying that out for the first time. And then you just lower it back in. And put the lid back on. So pulling the veggies out first before we start the crawfish. 20 minutes on potatoes, 5 minutes on corn asparagus.
Ooh, watch out, Weezers. And we're just going to dump those. Watch out, baby. Hot, hot. Hot, hot. Just let those hang out while we cook the crawfish. What you do, Weezers? Mmm. Don't touch. Hot, hot. Oh, you're going to blow on them. She's blowing on them. Because that's not cute. So before we get the crawfish in, we got to add the rest of the seasoning because you want your crawfish to have enough seasoning in it.
Rest of the jar.
So full jar of that. The rest of it goes in for the crawfish. Careful, Weezers. Come back.
Another third of a bottle.
I'm just gonna eyeball it. Paddle. Stir, stir, stir.
Stir and bring it back to a roll and boil. Big strong man carrying all them crawfishes. Alright. Last crawfish. Got to go in. Roll and boil.
Woo! Fogged up. Here they go. And ended up putting this one on my back because she was into everything and wanted me to hold her constantly. And I do not have the strength to hold her because I'm weak. So she's just hanging out. Waiting for crawfishes. All right, so crawfish are done. How long do we boil the crawfish for?
Back to a rolling boil, 3 minutes. Stir. And then ice. Dump all the ice in there.
So when you dump the ice on it, it makes it, what, soak up all the juices?
It changes the temperature real quick, and the seasoning goes to the hot inside the crawfish.
So that you have the flavorful crawfishes. Because again, we don't want bland, tasteless, rubber seafoods. South Louisiana, we like the spice. So after you cook the crawfish, boil them for 3 minutes, add the ice to soak up the flavor, and then you just let it soak for about 20 minutes or longer if you want to just soak in that flavor and let them get ready to eat. All the corn and potatoes, which is probably not smart because now that's all at the bottom.
Push it to the side.
Okay.
So you eat the tail of it?
Yes, you pull the head off and then you peel the tail off and eat just the tail meat.
I will break it.
So my kid that will eat absolutely everything will not eat crawfish. So she has some fruit to nosh on. Yum yum. And then my picky kid that won't eat anything will eat 2 or 3 pounds of crawfish by himself. This is our extra little spread they got set up for us.
Crawfishes.
Ow, my hands.
And sausage there. Oh, if you have any cuts on your hands, it will burn. If you have any cuts on your hands or your fingers, it will burn.
And I did not film me making this because I totally forgot. But the sauce that we like to dip crawfish in, it's kind of like a remoulade sauce. These are the ingredients that we use. It's primarily mayo and ketchup, smidge of mustard, good amount of Worcestershire, some garlic powder, some Tony's, and then just a sprinkle of sugar in it. And that's what you use to dip your crawfish and your potatoes in.
One of yours is what I'm gonna do.
So this is my spread. Got some crawfish, some remoulade sauce,
I'm choking.
daiquiri, sausages, asparagus, potatoes, garlic, corn.
I tried to eat
So
too much
first you
sausage.
see the tail? You have to grab under the tail.
My out of
Not
town
the arms,
cousin from
not the
Illinois.
arm. You don't kill the arm.
Michael, show her how to do it.
Okay, yeah. Now you gotta have your thumb under the tail.
Okay.
Twist. Yeah.
Twist. Twist and pull. There you go. And then throw the head away.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
Throw that whole
I mean,
throw that whole bit away. And then hold on. Nope.
Here's how you don't eat it.
That's not
Actually, you
correct.
can.
I
That's
mean,
expert mode.
some people do, but I can't. It breaks.
You gotta taste the bottom of the tail hard.
She's going for it. She got it.
She got it.
All right. This is
There you
how. Here. you get-
That's
you
a whole
peel
lot
it.
of bug for not much meat.
Yeah, you throw a lot of it away.
You burn some, you eat some.
This is
it's
very
all-
COVID safe.
Poop tail.
the poop tail.
So crawfish boil's over. She wanted uppies again, so we're hanging out of Mama's back. This is what's left. And they are all currently working on peeling the leftovers for the tail meat to make etouffee or whatever else later. Wanted to show you this cool crawfish table too. You can make it standing height on tall legs. Put your crawfish here. Toss the trash in there. That's a wrap, folks.